Hello and welcome to another video lesson with Mr. Roman. Today we're going to be talking about solving systems of equations and applications of that. And so let's start off with this problem here. We have a grocer mixes together some cashews costing $8 per pound with some Brazilian nuts costing $10 a pound. If the mixture that he made weighed a total of 12 pounds and was sold for a total of $102, how many pounds of each type of nut were in the mixture? So what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be writing two separate equations, one for the total weight of the mixture and then one for the total cost of the mixture. And since we don't know how many cashews, how many pounds of cashews and how many pounds of Brazilian nuts we used in the mixture, we can define that as different variables. So C, we're going to say C is the number of pounds of cashews used in the mixture. And then we're going to say B is the number of pounds of Brazilian nuts, so I'm just going to say BN there, used in the mixture. Okay? So we've defined two variables, and those are really the two things that we're looking to find in this equation, or in this problem. We need to find how many Brazilian nuts, how many pounds of Brazilian nuts were used, and how many pounds of cashews were used. So let's go ahead and write an equation then for the total weight of the mixture. So here, total weight of the mixture, we're going to say is C plus B equals 15 pounds. Oh, I'm sorry, 12 pounds. 12 pounds. So 12 pounds. So that would be the total weight of the mixture. The total cost of the mixture then we would say is the price per pound. So the cashews were $8 a pound. So we're going to take 8 times C, and that's going to tell us how much all of the cashews cost that went into this mixture. So $8 a pound times the number of pounds of cashews equals how much money all the cashews cost in the mixture. Then we're going to add that to 10 times B. So 10 is how much each pound of Brazilian nuts cost, and then we multiply that by the number of pounds used. So 10B represents the cost of all the Brazilian nuts used in the mixture. And that's going to be equal to $102, because that was the total cost of the mixture. Okay, and if we look in our problem, start up with, we said the total cost of the mixture was $102, so right here. Now, the way to solve this, the way to solve for C and B here is to use a method called substitution. And what substitution says is we can get one of the variables by itself and substitute into the equation for that variable. So I'm going to go ahead and start with this equation here, and I'm going to get one of the variables by itself. You could get C by itself, you could get B by itself, but I'm going to just go ahead and get C by itself by subtracting B from both sides. And that means then that C is going to be equal to 12 minus B. Okay? And now that I've got C by itself, I can use this quantity here to plug into or substitute in for this equation here for C. So what's going to happen is I'm going to write the new equation as 8 times 12 minus B, because that's my new quantity for the letter C, plus 10B equals 102. Now I can solve the equation just like I normally would, an equation with one variable, so I use the distributive property. So after using the distributive property, I'm going to get 96 minus 8b plus 10b. Then I'm going to combine the like terms here and get positive 2b, so 96 plus 2b equals 102. Then I'm going to continue to solve this equation for b. So to do that, I would subtract 96 from both sides. So subtract 96 from both sides. And I'm going to be left with 2b equals 6. Then divide by 2 on both sides, and therefore B is equal to 3. And remember, B represented the number of pounds of Brazilian nuts used in the mix here. So we've got B equals the number of pounds used in the mix. Uh-oh, something's going on. There we go. So B is the number of pounds of Brazilian nuts used in the mixture. So 3 pounds of Brazilian nuts were used. Now, to find out what the value of C is, so we know this is 3 pounds. To find the value of C, we simply go back to the equation we wrote in the beginning, which was C equals 12 minus B, and we substitute in here 3 for B. So we're going to have 12 minus 3, and C is going to be equal to 9. So 9 pounds of cashews. 9 pounds of cashews were used, and 3 pounds of Brazilian nuts were used. Now, just as a side note here, we could also talk about how much we would sell this mixture for per pound. So again, we can look at this and we can say, hey, you know, we sold that total of 12 pounds for $102. So the 12 pounds of the mixture here, the 12 pounds of the mixture, we sold for a total of $102. So to find out how much we would charge per pound, we would just simply take 102 divided by 12. So doing that calculation, you're going to get 8.5. So 8.5, which means that we could sell that mixture for $8.50 a pound on its own. So now let's move on to talk about what the homework problems are going to be for tonight. Or actually, there's only one homework problem for tonight. So let's take a look at what that was. So here's the first homework problem that you're going to be have for Wednesday in class. And my suggestion to you would be to write the two equations that we talked about in the practice example, which were the total weight of the mixture and the total cost of the mixture. And here you're going to be solving for how many pounds of each, the candy and the peanuts, went into this mixture that Mr. Roman purchased. The second problem that you have for homework tonight is this one. And again, make sure you're writing the two equations, which are the total weight of the mixture and the total cost of the mixture, and use that substitution method to solve for how many quarts of each the peaches and the pears went into the mixture. So we will see you all on Wednesday.